Hello? Do you hear me? Am I live? Is this on? I forgot to close my phone. I need to do that. Excuse me. I'm such a yes. Wait a second. How do you do this? Now that I'm nervous, it's not happening. Now, I don't want this thing blinging. Okay. Hello, friends. How are you doing today? Today is a very nice day. But before that, I need to ask Isaac if I'm hearing okay. Is my audio good? Is good? I don't know. Ilk is on the technical thing today. So thank you, Isaac, for having us in this thing. And thank you, Linda. She works with us at Gilmondi. You have seen her before. She put together this whole event. So thank you. So amazing. So e-success is working. So yay, we are here finally. It's the day. It's the day of our first episode of this live stream with a special guest. Yeah. And I think the first guest that we have is just totally perfect to start this season of live streams, because maybe you know already who he is, right? If you saw the things going on our social medias. He is a very talented person, multi-talented, can we say, right? And incredibly humble and super cute to talk to. And yes, I can't just wait to get into this interview and your questions. Send us the questions for our guest today. Yeah, let's go. Who is this guest? You know who it is? Yes, I'm gonna say his name. So prepare yourself, guest. So welcome today, Steve Gabry. Woo! creator of Sally Face.
Hello.
Hello, Steve.
Hi, everyone.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm a little bit nervous because I'm starstruck of seeing you today here. I mean, come on. Yeah. But yes, tell us, who are you, Steve?
I'm Steve.
Yeah.
That's it. Show's over. See ya.
Yes. Okay. Bye-bye.
My name's Steve Gabry. I'm an independent developer. I live in Pittsburgh in the United States, and I work mostly on my own as a solo developer. And I created a game called Sally Face, which kind of took off and started my career.
Yes, and that's kind of cool, right? Now you can
But
say you're a full-time developer, right?
yes, it took me a while to work up to that point.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm very super excited to go through a few questions that I prepare for you. And like we were talking a little bit earlier that we have very similar stuff in our games when it comes to the mystical things and the narrative and also like puzzles and all that. So yeah, so we have a lot in common.
Yes.
Yeah. So what time is it over there?
It is 1:04.
1:04. All right. We
Yes.
started on schedule, kind of, right?
Yeah. And you
Could
guys are like 6 hours ahead, I think.
Yes, here's a little bit later. It's 7 in the evening. So yeah. Did you eat lunch or breakfast or something?
I did. I ate both lunch and breakfast.
Yummy. What do you eat?
Cereal and a sandwich. Not too exciting.
I love sandwich and cereal. It's like my favorite thing ever. Actually, I eat cereal at the night because I don't know why. Not in the morning mood. What
It's nice
cereal?
because you don't have to prepare anything.
Yeah, it's so
At the
easy.
end of the day, you're like done. You know, you don't want you're checked out.
Yeah, and then you just go and make games, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What cereal is it you ate?
What cereal did I eat? I think it's a Special K or something. I don't know.
Does it contain nuts and stuff like that? Or
yeah, I had like clusters of like the honey nut stuff.
Yummy. All right, but shall we start then with? I prepared some 20 questions to Steve Gabry here, creator of Sally Face. Oh my God, it's weird to say that. You remember when we come in contact and I asked you about if you got also to some people ask you if you made frambo.
Yes, I do get that sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of our starter to our lovable friendship, right, Steve?
Yes.
We have a lovable friendship between the two of us.
And I remember a while back, I don't know if Isaac remembers, but when I first released, I think episode 2 of Sally Face or something, I reached out to Isaac because one of my fans mentioned to me, they're like, oh, is this inspired by Frambo? And I was like, I never heard of Frambo. And I checked it out and I was like, this looks really cool.
That's also so strange about our games because, like I said earlier, they have in common so many mystical themes there. But yeah, but shall we go into these more silly questions that I prepared for you?
Sure.
Yeah. So where were you born? You already asked something.
I was born in Vermont.
Vermont.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I was born in Vermont, then I grew up in New Jersey. Then I've been in Pittsburgh for a while since college.
All right.
So I moved around a little bit.
When did you move to Pittsburgh?
2005.
Oh, right. So you have been like mostly of the time there, right?
Yeah.
And your age, if you want to share with us?
I'm 35.
35.
Yeah.
Baby. And your favorite cartoon growing up?
That's a tough one. I liked like Rocko's Modern Life and Ren and Stimpy. All Real Monsters.
What? Of like Nickelodeon stuff and MTV
Yeah.
stuff? Yeah, I think that's why we're so, fucked up in the head.
Maybe, yeah. Ren and
we,
Stimpy was.
we watch really weird cartoons, and but I love Ren and Stimpy, and yeah, the monsters. And you remember that guy with the eyes and
Yeah,
a lot of
Crumb.
hairs? I loved
Yeah.
it. Yeah. So, an ice cream flavor.
Ice cream flavor. I like it when there's like a lot of crap in it, just like
A lot of
chocolate and peanuts and
mm,
just, I don't know if I have a particular favorite, but like
with the
chocolate peanut butter,
crunchiness in
crunchies.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yummy. I think we could go on an ice cream date with Isaac and you and maybe some our monsters and eat crunchy ice cream. That's nice.
Sounds great.
Yeah. And something cute you can't resist.
Just baby animals. I
Maybe
just want
open.
to pick them up and pet them. There's a couple of deer in my yard that always come by, and I just want to pet them.
Oh, that's so cute. Have you tried to pet them?
Peanuts the other day, and they ate them, but they quickly ran away.
Oh, yeah, it's quite difficult to avoid the cuteness of baby pets. And current favorite food.
Maybe like steak and French fries.
French fries, yummy. Do you put something on the French fries, like sauces or something?
Um, I don't know. I like them naked, but I like them with like if I have a steak with it, and I'll eat it with like a steak or a cheeseburger or something.
I get it. I get it. And let's see what we have more here. Right. What's your favorite season of the year?
Fall, definitely.
Fall.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
Halloween. It's not too hot, not too cold.
Yeah.
We got the pretty leaves.
It's very cozy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, totally get that. You used to go out sometimes and just like watch the trees and be a little bit like, oh.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. So, and your first video game? What was your first video game?
First video game I think was the original Mario on NES. I
Yeah.
believe. I think I did play a couple of like old Atari games before that, but I was pretty young, so I don't remember them as well.
Yeah. Cool. I also experienced the Atari first, then the Nintendo. See, maybe we're like the same person, but in different realities, and you're a guy and I'm a girl, woman.
Alternate versions.
Yeah, like what the hell is this, Steve? And what movie moved you the most lately or in the entire life, your entire life?
Moved me the most. I really love movies, so it's hard to pick one. I think one movie that has been my favorite consistently is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Shut up! Are you kidding me? It's that's beautiful. Okay, now I need to go, right? That's also one of my favorite movies. What the hell? I think really is something going on here. I need to drink some water.
Have you seen Mandy? It's a newer movie with Nicolas Cage.
No, actually I haven't. Or have I? No, I don't think
it's really
so.
Good. Yeah, you should see it.
I'm totally gonna watch that ASAP after this, before I go to bed. So Mandy, right?
Mandy, yep.
Cool. What did you like about the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind?
Just the creativity of like the storytelling and like the shots of like, I feel like he really captured like the feeling of a dream, which is really cool. And like Jim Carrey's performance, all of the performances were really good. And yeah, I really liked just the story, and like the emotions really resonated with me. It kind of had like a sadness to it.
Yeah, right. It's really like the romance also in there also shows this, that it's not always, roses and happiness.
Yeah.
It's so much more complicated, and our minds makes everything more complicated because we don't understand everything that we go through, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very, very deep and beautiful movie. So I know you like to play guitar and piano. But if you didn't got into like making games, is there like another career path that you've been like looking into?
I think the first career I had in mind was like being an animator, but then when I realized how much work it was, I mean, back then when you had to do frame by frame,
Yeah.
um, and then at some point I did, I had the rock star dream like many people do in high school. I
Mm,
thought that that could be cool.
that's very nice. What did you enjoy about the animation?
I think it just came from like the love of the old cartoons that I grew
Mm,
up on, and just like I really liked those characters and like the movement and just the artisticness of that.
yeah. Yeah, I totally get that. This is gonna sound like old, but for me was the same. Animation was something really like from the beginning, even with the stop motion and then 2D
Oh,
also. And it's just that thing about giving life to something that it doesn't have life is like so amazing. You're like a magician. How you call
yeah.
those that you wake up the dead? The, I don't know. I don't remember right now. But yeah, then animation. But I guess you can animate a little bit, in games. I mean, it's more kind of restricted somehow, but yeah, it's
Yeah, then still
you.
got a
Mhm.
little bit of each one of those things I wanted to do and still doing.
Yeah, exactly. That's so cool. And favorite thing to drink.
Um, I'm kind of boring. I like drinking water because I just um
Good.
I did have like a while back I had some like kidney stones, and then they told me
Oh,
like stop drinking caffeine, and like during college I was working full time and doing college full time, so I was drinking a lot of caffeine, and they're like, no, this is not good for
oh,
you. So I kind of just quit cold turkey, and then from there I kind of got used to just drinking water all the time.
yeah. Did you have like a lot of pain with those kidney stones?
Yeah,
Oh, I can
it's
imagine.
awful.
Oh my gosh. So, Steve, we have a question from a fan, from Wendy Lynch. I'd love to ask Steve a question, so you know. What is the initial idea that sparked the idea for Sally Face? That's a nice one. Thank you, Wendy.
Thanks for the question, Wendy. Yeah, so the funny thing is, like initially did start as like an animated cartoon idea I had in college, and like I had a few animator friends, and I was like, hey, let's do this idea. I think the original like genesis of it was came from like a nightmare I had, and then I kind of sketched out this character, and like the name Sally Face just kind of popped out of me, and then I thought it would be cool as like a kind of like a goofy like Invader Zim like short internet cartoon, but I didn't really have time in college, so then it just kind of sat in the back of my mind for a while, and then later on, um, the company I had started after school, I started like an indie game company called Wither Studios, and we kind of hit like a little bit of a rough patch. So I was like, well, I need my creative outlet. I need like a project for myself. So then I came back to that idea and thought it could be cool as an adventure game.
Yeah, that's so nice. So Sally Face has a long story behind. That's so cool. You have like old sketches of this era before Sally Face video game.
I have some old sketches. Yeah,
Oh,
they're quite different.
yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, yeah. Ideas change a lot, right?
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
like the essence of them that keeps going somehow. So you got the name for her like very early. I mean him. Sorry, I always get confused. You
That's
have
okay.
you had the name back then.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of sometimes the name just I'm just sketching the character, and then the name just comes to me. I'm like, oh, his name is
Yeah,
Sally Face, of course. I don't know.
yeah, that's so cool. Maybe Sally was a ghost that came to you and spoke to you in the dreams, and you got to write his story,
Yes, I like it.
right? That's how
Optical
it happened.
dreams.
Yeah, it's really cool that it has been like with you so long. How you feel now that it's out there now?
It's kind of weird because like when I first started making it, I didn't picture it becoming as big as it did.
Mm.
And I thought maybe it would have like a small cult following and people would like it because it's weird, but
But it was not like that.
I never thought it, yeah, it changed my life basically.
Yeah,
So,
I can imagine. Yes. So cool. Um, so there's another question. You want to keep with some fan questions?
sure, yeah, we could do
Yes.
that.
Kata R. I don't know if you guys will see this question. Yes, we did see the question.
I saw it.
Have either of you think of writing the games as books? Yes, I have. I have. Do you, Steve?
I thought about that, and I also I think if I were to do it, it'd be more of like a graphic novel, but I don't know. I have too many ideas I want to get to, so I don't know. What was your?
You wanted to do a TV cartoon of something of Sally Face, right?
Yes, I would love to do a TV show.
Yeah. Have you approached that goal somehow?
We have pitched it to some people,
Okay.
and
Cool.
there's some interest.
Oh, hope it goes. It will be so cool to see something like Sally Face on TV. So to change
It'd be
some
very
minds
cool.
and blow minds also. So cool. Thank you, Kata, for the question. About game books, I would love to write books as well. It's like it feels like one could get a little bit more wild because
Hmm,
Steve, right? The ideas that we get for games, they have to
yes.
be implemented later, and I
Restricted.
mean, yeah, if
Yeah.
we got just only to the part that of the narrative, then we could be like a lot wilder, right? But the resources and everything and time. I remember we had a conversation about just choosing our projects really carefully, right?
Yes. Yeah. You only have so much time, and the games take so long to make. So it's kind of like whenever I start a project, I think like, okay, I can only make this many games before I die. So
Yeah,
this one better be a good
exactly.
one.
Before I die.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a very good one perspective. I love it. Very good. We should all be a little bit like that, right? Prioritize those things that
Yes.
really make us passionate because I mean, like I think you and I are a bit like an example of that passion projects can be successful and they can change your life, so don't be afraid of it. I mean, it's scary, right? it's,
It's scary. Yeah.
it's really scary.
It's worth the risk.
Yeah, it's very worth it. So we have another question. Jess Harper. What is a particular detail or hint in one of your games that you are proud of and hope the players notice?
Hmm.
So, you want to
Particular
go?
detail or hint?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have one?
Oh, like it's mostly like the mystical part of the game. Like I wish not to be like in your face, tell you how mystical it is, but I really want you, like as a player, read between the lines. And when you see like, people playing on streams or stuff like that, so it feels like, oh my god, they got it, and it's very cool. I mean, it's very nice. So you have something, Steve?
I don't know. I guess kind of a similar thing. I mean, there's like deeper meaning in some stuff, and when I see someone that like connects with it, and this is kind of a vague answer, but just yeah, when I see someone that connects with like a certain thing that I wrote but didn't really go into detail with, like it's really cool to see that like resonate with people.
Yeah. Do you got into like reading these interpretations of your game in forums or videos or stuff like that?
I usually see, sometimes I see like the comments on videos or like stuff I post or like on YouTube playthroughs.
It's fun, right?
Yes.
Like psychos. Oh, they're playing my game.
Yeah. What are they saying?
Yeah, so cute. Don't be afraid, right? It's good. We like you guys. We like you very much. I mean, we couldn't be here without you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yes, we owe you everything. So, another question from a fan, and then I'm gonna jump into my silly questions again. Noelia Rabuco, will there be a game collaboration? Steve, no, I'm just saying, not right now. We haven't talked about it, right? We're getting to know each other. Don't push
Yes.
us, all right?
Yeah,
What do you think?
I think we both have a lot on our plates right now.
Yeah, I think we both are very like multi-talented people and want to do as much as possible before we die.
Before we die,
So now,
yes.
Steve will be my friend, and that's
Yes.
it. We could like collaborate in the way of, for example, if you have like a script and you want to share it with me, and I can give you like tips, and vice versa. If I'm like super lost, then I can go to Steve because we have kind of a like-minded way, and it can work, you know.
That's
But
true. Yeah, getting feedback is always helpful.
yeah, so
Yes.
you're up for it.
Yeah.
So that's the collaboration. It's done.
Well,
This is a collaboration, right?
yeah, that's true. Yeah. We'll do a 1-day game.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Like a ball moving on the screen.
Yes.
That's it. We
That's
follow
it,
a
done.
Unity, a Unity tutorial. Oh my god! None of us are really like super programmers. We're most like the
One
creative
thing
minds,
that's,
right?
yes.
All right. So, this is nice. I got fast stuck. Yeah, I want to. There's another question. No, there's people here sending us some money. I need to say hi to them. Oh my god, this is so. Thank you, Pyro Place. Thank you for your donation. And Pyro Place asks anything you will mind talking about for Sally Phase 2. Any
Secrets.
spoilers?
It's too early to give out spoilers. It's gonna have a lot of the same characters from the other game. We're gonna have new characters. It takes place shortly after the first game. So
Cool.
it's gonna pick up on the same story. There's a lot that I kind of cut and didn't get to explore in the first game that I'm gonna dive into in the second game.
Oh, nice. Are you excited, Steve?
I am, yeah. Looking forward to getting into it.
Nice. But are you like in the writing process, or where are you?
I have a draft of the first draft of the script done,
Okay.
but I'm kind of just slowly tinkering that while I finish the porting of the first game and other stuff.
Yes, the porting.
Yes. Oh,
Good luck, Steve.
thank you. It's horribly boring.
It is so boring, you guys. It's so boring to port games. I mean, we have already been creative and all that, right? And now it's like copy pasting.
It's so long.
But it's gonna get there, right?
It is, yes.
Do you have plans to
Soon,
release
hopefully.
this year, or?
Yes, last year.
Last year, of course.
But
2
hopefully
years
this year.
ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope it goes forward.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fingers crossed for you, Steve. You can do this. Then we have Alex, player one. Hello, sweetie. I've seen you around the social medias. Thank you. He asks, hello, Nat and Steve. Any advice on the subject of narrative for those of us who want to start writing stories? You're the best. Thank you. So, Steve, you want to say something about the narrative, how to start?
I think when it comes to story, it's like you're better off writing about something you are familiar with and you like can connect on, and something personal to you, rather than like trying to write something that you're not as familiar with.
Yeah, totally agree. 100,000%. It is like that. I mean, writing is about opening up your voice, right? And that's what you gotta get out there. And all stories, in my opinion, that are written with truth and passion always get super nice and exciting. And it's not about how many you want to reach out, it's just how much you want to open up, because that's difficult. Sometimes we just don't want to open up our feelings, right? Because it's hard. Have you
Yeah,
cried in front of on the computer, Steve, while writing something?
yeah, too many times.
Yeah, I understand totally. I mean, I act a little bit goofy right now because I don't want to show my feelings, but it's like it's really hard, right? Sometimes you have to suffer with the characters and really just get into it. So go
Yeah.
suffer, and you'll be a good writer. Don't be.
I think that's a good point too, because if you're kind of writing to appeal to an audience rather than to yourself, I think the story like suffers for that.
Yeah, because it's not gonna touch what really matters to you, and it's just gonna get there's like a huge difference into going like into deep work and like the work just in the surface, and when you get into that deep work is when the magic happens. Right, Steve?
Yes.
You know the magic.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you so much, Alex, for that question. It was super nice. And then we have that one queen. Oh my God, that one queen. What inspired you for Benji's redesign? Oh, that's for me. I don't want to bore Steve with my stuff.
Oh, go ahead.
You know Benjamin from Little Misfortune, our second game? It's a
Yes.
fox. And we got to redesign mostly because we wanted to, I mean, it's not kind of 100% redesign. Oh, I don't want to spoil. You'll see later, right? Like Steve said, it's too early to spoil. But thank you, the one queen. You're one of a kind. Thank you. And then we have Otaku Bartender. Thank you for sharing a little bit of your money with us. You're very kind. But he didn't have a question. I just wanted to say that he was there and kind. All right, let's go back to our questions. Where were we? Blah, 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 blah. Yes. What describes you better, Steve? Introvert or extrovert?
Definitely introvert.
I don't know. You all are a bit out there also. You were like goofing around.
I
A
can
little.
fake it sometimes.
Yeah. So do you suffer a little bit by being like this introvert kind of personality, or how you feel about it?
I don't think so. I think I get nervous like when I have to talk in front of people or, you know, if I have a meeting with new people or things like that, social anxieties.
Yes.
But I do all right.
Yeah, it's okay, right? You do you, and it's gonna be fine. And there's always people that is going to love that also. Isaac, you know Isaac, my husband, he's also like introvert. That's why he's not with me anymore on this live stream. Where is he? He gave up. He's like, no, it's too much.
He's
And
the
I
man
get it.
behind the camera. That's an important job.
Yes, he's there and he's enjoying himself for sure. So yes, and what countries you wish to visit?
Ooh, all of them.
How many have you visited already, if you have?
I've only been to Canada. I was the only outside besides the US. But
you're very welcome to come to Sweden.
Yes.
Whenever you
so
want.
Many good bands in Sweden.
Right. What's your favorite band? You like metal, right?
Yes. I like a lot of different genres, but metal's my favorite. Yeah. I like Opeth and At the Gates and
cool
stuff like that. Circus Survive, Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah, cool bands. Nice. You headbang a lot.
Not as much as I used to, but
did you hang bang a lot when you were younger?
Yes, I was in a couple like garage metal bands in high school.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
I had long hair, poofy.
You have like a picture of that nearby because I would love to see it.
Not nearby, no.
Okay, next time you have to send me one, and I'm going to post it on social media for everybody to see. Oh, that would be very cool to see. So you play like the guitar, right?
Yes.
How many years have you been playing?
I started when I was 16. So I've been playing a while. I just taught myself. I used to play every day back in high school, but like as I went to college and then got older, I didn't play quite as much, but
Yeah. But now you get to do music for games, right?
yes.
It's cool.
Sally Face was kind of the first time I wrote like a bunch of music like that. So it's kind of a new experience for me.
Oh, cool. How was that experience?
It was fun. I had a lot of fun making music. My process was kind of just like I picture the scene and then try to think of like the emotions and just how I want
Yeah.
the scene to feel. And then the music just kind of came out of me that way.
That's a nice approach. Connecting to the feels.
Yes.
Nice. Another, what do you enjoy most? Like sweet or salty?
I like both, but probably sweet more. I love junk food. So
What kind of sweets?
like cake and ice cream and cupcakes.
Yummy. Yummy.
Yes,
Okay. Cupcakes and cakes.
it's so good.
Do you have like a favorite thing that you cannot say no to, even if you want to say no?
A lot of desserts, but there's this one cake. It's a chocolate truffle tower cake from Cheesecake Factory. It's like so ridiculous.
Ah, sounds delicious. That Cheesecake Factory. When I watched this series, how you call it, with the 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 Big Bang Theory. They talk a lot there about the Cheesecake Factory, and I thought it was like not for real. And then yeah, people have been there
It's a
for
real
real.
place.
So they have like really yummy cheesecakes. Okay, I'm gonna go visit you, and you have to invite me that cake then. Yes. All right.
The slices are really big too. They're like this big.
Really?
You can't eat it all at once. You could, but you'd regret it.
Get really sick. Do you get like sick in the stomach if you eat the whole thing?
Yeah.
All right, we have another question from our friends. Otaku Bartender. Hi, Steve and Nat. What are the main inspirations for the main characters of Sally Face?
This kind of goes back to the narrative question. I wrote a lot of me is like in the main four characters, especially in Sal and Larry. It just have like a lot of pieces of me and like also like some friends. And Sal is kind of like the person I want to be type of thing, the better version of me.
I understand. What pieces of you does this character have? If you can name a few.
Yeah, so I think Sal has most of my personality of just kind of like laid back, and he kind of views the world through like kindness and like trying to understand different people's perspectives rather than being like quick to jump to judgmental viewpoints. And Larry kind of has my just like he's like an artist and a metalhead like me, so he kind of has those aspects of me.
He headbangs a lot.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Okay, we have a friend over here. Hello, Baloo. I forgot to close the door. And the kitten is always coming here. Okay.
Is this the cat from your logo?
Yeah, no, this is,
Oh.
I mean, we have two cats. The other cat is the cat from the logo because he's
Oh.
always doing this pose. When you approach him, he's like, really cute. But this one is Baloo, and he's mostly the inspiration for Mr. Midnight from Frambo. So he's my pal that we go on adventures a lot.
Solve crimes together.
What?
Solve crimes together.
Yes, exactly. All the crimes. Wait, I got another question here, but my thing, the screen, there. So, Susie Durkins. Thank you, Susie. You both are great. That one, Steve? Right? Thank you for sharing your creation with the world. Have you played each other's games yet? I have. Have you?
Yes, I played Frambo. I just played it. What was that? Beginning of this year, I think, or end of last year?
Yeah, I think you told me then.
Yeah, it took me a little while to get to it just because
Yeah.
It's busy.
And I think that's why I also got mostly like interested also in getting in touch with you because of the themes of the game, you know, like this I mean the red-eyed demon and you know like the parallel kind of worlds or stuff like that, you know, like the afterlife and all these things. Is like, what's going on in your head, Steve? What's going on? what's
Um,
what's going on? Too broad question, I think.
yes. Like I think the paranormal stuff, like I kind of had a few paranormal experiences when I was younger, and that kind of like that really stuck with me and inspired like just a really strong fascination for that subject and just things beyond our world.
Yeah.
So that's always been an interest of mine.
Have you like experienced something that it was quite weird, paranormal or something?
I've had a few things like that. Yeah. I saw when I was younger, I saw like a crate of, I had this like little crate of toys and I saw it kind of like shift across the room by itself. And, you know, it was a crate of toys. It didn't just like adjust, it was moved across the room.
It just wanted to walk.
Yeah.
It just fell for it. Yeah, I get it.
So
Fancy. Did you have nightmares about that?
not about that, but I've had a lot of, I used to get really strong night terrors when I was little. So
Oh,
really
really?
like very extremely vivid nightmares that felt like really real.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of my inspiration comes from just that,
Yeah.
the dreams.
Cool.
Do you find any inspiration for the paranormal stuff?
Yes. I mean, it's mostly, you know, this how we people project on the unknown, you know, like these fears that we have, and we make them, you know, we complete with our minds what we don't understand somehow. And I love that. I love that that we are always so curious about seeing in the dark, even though we are shitting ourselves. You know, it's like it's really it's exciting. And when I was small, I got mostly like alien stuff related. I was terrified of aliens, and I remember once I went to buy some food in a near shop. I was very young, like 10 or something, and I remember something coming really near to where I was, you know, like a flying saucer or something, but I don't know what it was. And then I started to feel like this entity was talking to me, like, or whispering stuff, but I was so afraid. I don't know what was real and what not. And then I just ran, you know, like I need to go home. And then I looked back once in a while and the thing just disappeared, you know, but it was like really, oh, super creepy. And then when I was like very, very young, I used to like see this black shadow going around. And now I think maybe it was like trees or something, you know, but back then when I was little, it was like so vivid. Like, is it like, what? Um, and there comes one of the characters, Itwar from Frambo, that has like this long hat because it was like a very tall shape. Like, you know, like how you call
Yeah,
this man that is very long?
the Slender Man.
Yeah, like a slender man but with a hat, so it has more style. Yeah, stylish slender man kind of. So yeah, I guess it's kind of mix of many things, you know, that come together somehow. Okay, the kitty is here and he's gonna drop everything, and the tail is around the lamp over here. And no, okay, you stay here with me. I have a kitten. Then we have another question. Shall we jump into another one? Are you ready, Steve?
I'm ready.
All right, this is from Old Man Joseph. I have a question for Steve. Are there any minor characters in Sally Face you wish you develop a little bit more, or does Sal eat pizza crust?
He definitely eats the pizza crust. Yes. Yeah, there's some characters I wish I could explore more. It's kind of that thing of being a solo dev where you have to cut corners, otherwise the game would never come out. I think a couple, like one good example would be David, he's the guy who's married to a mannequin, half of a mannequin.
Mm.
I had some ideas for him, and I think it would have been interesting to kind of explore that character more.
Yeah. You have any in Sally Face too?
Life is too.
Bring everything back somehow.
Yes.
Right. But yeah, it's so true that you say that one needs to cut down a lot because of the ideas. It takes so much time to do.
If you do all the ideas in one game, it will just never come.
Yeah, exactly. How you cope with that process of cutting down stuff? When do you realize I need to, this is not gonna work, or it's not gonna happen?
I think there was this quote, I don't remember who said this, but it was like, I'm not even gonna remember the quote, kid, so this is horrible, but it was something like an artwork, like an artist is never really done with their artwork. It just, you have to pick a point when to like abandon the art piece or when to let it go, so I kind of think of that a lot. It's true. I don't think you're ever really done. You always want to go back and like, well, I could fix this, I can improve that, I can add this, but at some point you just have to let it go. I think motivation for like doing new things is a good way to like cope with that.
Yes, that's so true, Steve. I totally feel you, because sometimes you just kind of are in a loop in the same spot, like, no, but this is not going anywhere. And yeah, when you are there, you just have to jump and let go. Yes. Cool. And then we have Gio, Steve and Natalia. What's your favorite things about your characters? Oh, that's a big one.
You want to take it first?
I need to put the cat down because it's scraping my legs a lot. Oh, sorry for this. Steve, you like cats?
Oh, I love cats, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, but favorite characters then?
Favorite characters?
What's your favorite thing about your characters? Sorry.
I think I like the way that, like I was saying before, I kind of like that Sal, and this kind of goes for the main group of friends. I like that they're a loving bunch, and they don't have like a lot of drama between them, and they're all very understanding. And Sal especially kind of just has that lens of viewing the world of like everybody's kind of weird, but that's their own thing. Like that's what makes them them, and everybody has a different view of the world, and he just accepts that.
Yeah.
Good friends. The world would be a better place if people were more kind and caring and understanding with each other.
Absolutely. It's like, I mean, all the bad things come because we cannot cope sometimes. I mean, we all do bad things once in a while, right? And we make other deception or anything. Sometimes you can say something without meaning something bad, and you still kind of can make somebody sad. But when you have this openness to the feelings, like I can put Isaac and myself like in the spot there. We sometimes fight a lot, and and we realize later it's just because we were so afraid of this thing that we are doing together right now, because it's so stressful and it has so many points that are so dark. But when you understand each other, those threats kind of, dissolve, and then you can go forward like together instead into the creepy stuff and the unknown, right? If it makes sense, and my internet didn't stop while I was talking.
That definitely makes sense.
Yeah. So
what's your favorite thing about your character?
About my characters, it's kind of the same that you said, just this openness to be themselves, and even they are weird or see stuff or hear things, and they have another way of questioning the world, and or maybe it's not so strange, it's just that it's open, because we all maybe have these weird experiences and feelings and all that, but we don't tend to open up because we're afraid of what others might say. But yeah, between them it's like, okay. It's really, let's go for it, let's go there. And it's really cool. And I just enjoyed, just especially with Little Misfortune, for me was like really, really interesting to go into this childhood part of me as a writer, and put into Isaac's parts as well as as a child, and be very okay with it. But it was scary at the beginning. It was like, oh, is this okay to do? All the heavy stuff that you're bringing up to the table. But yeah, I think that's kind of what I love of my characters. Is like they say stuff that I wish to say myself somehow, as a person, but I don't dare. And I do it through the characters.
It's a great
Yeah.
outlook for that.
Yeah. Then we have another question. Natalia and Steve, have you ever played Alice Madness Returns? Have you?
I don't think I ever played that. It's an older one, right? I don't think I ever
The
played
first
that
one? Did you play the first one?
I have a memory of maybe playing a little bit of one, but I
Oh,
don't
okay.
think I don't think I've played a whole thing now.
Yeah, I played the both because I'm like a super huge fan of Alice the books, like the real thing, and I felt like it was gonna be like super cool to get into a world in gaming, like, but it's quite different to the books anyways, but it's cool. I really enjoy the assets of that game. Very art beautiful. So yes, let's go, Steve, and continue with our questions then. Are you tired? Are you falling asleep? Too many
Oh,
questions?
I'm good. I'm good to go.
Yeah. This is your first live stream, right?
It is, yes.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this then.
Thank
What
you
an
for having
honor.
me.
Sweet. All right, let's go. Your current favorite song.
Wow, this is a hard question. I'm also horrible with song names.
Can you sing it or something?
Oh no. My current favorite song. Ooh, I don't know if I could pick one.
Do you have like a song on the loop? Do you listen to Spotify or something like that? Do you have Spotify over there, by the way?
I don't know. I mean, I've been listening to a band called Zeal and Ardor. I've been listening to them a lot lately. They just dropped a new album. It's really good.
Is it metal? Because I never heard of them.
It's metal.
It's metal.
What kind of music do you like?
I like almost everything. I'm very like, I can go from classical music to a little bit of punk, and then go grunge, and then go metal. Very little metal though, because I don't know. I listened to metal a lot when I was younger. I love the head banging a lot, but then I got into grunge more and punk. I'm a little dirty in that way. So yeah, but also a little bit of pop. I'm not closed, like when it feels right, it feels right.
That's how I am too, yeah.
Yeah, but it's difficult, right, to pick just one thing. Favorite, special music comes so deep into your kind of body and everything.
Yeah, it's really hard. I think a band that really resonates with me is called Circus Survive. And it, like, for whatever reason, their music just like really like resonates with me.
You have to share some music with me later. And I want to listen to this. Just curious.
Yeah, they're not metal. They're kind of like rock. I don't know how you define them, like psychedelic rock.
Oh,
Psychedelic punk, I think is how they describe themselves.
I like how that sounds. I like the words. Cool. A dream or a nightmare you still remember? I think you answered kind of that one already.
Too many of them. I think I was a bit traumatized by the night terrors as a child because I felt like I was like having this thing that I was suffering through, and like nobody could help me with it.
No. Were you
But
sleeping like alone in a room or yeah?
yeah,
Oh, creepy.
and we lived in a haunted house for a little while, so it was kind of creepy.
Oh my gosh. But was it the same time you had these nightmares? Or
So some of it, yeah, yeah.
so you know where they come from?
It started with the ghosts.
Oh my god, so creepy. How old were you when you had this nightmarish times?
It was like most of my childhood. I think probably started when I was like mm, 8 or 9, and then lasted through like my teen years. Well, maybe like early teens.
Oh, sucky. Was it like every night or it was like in periods?
It was not quite every night, but it was pretty frequently.
Oh, still crappy, like seeing this stuff.
Yeah. And
You
sometimes I would have that thing where I wake up and I think I'm awake, and then there's like a skeleton in my bed, and then I would wake up again.
ah,
Yeah.
I creepy, just creepy. No. Something else. What did you eat last night, Steve? change the imaginary in your head.
What did I eat last night? I ate pizza.
What pizza?
It
What
was
kind of pizza?
that was standard pepperoni pizza, not too
Pepperoni.
exciting, but a classic.
Yeah. I think Isaac and you will get along super nice because he loves pizza. He will
Pizza's so
feed you
good.
pizza every day. You have like a favorite pizza or is like that one?
Um, I don't know if I have a favorite. I like the sausage pepperoni.
Yums, yums. I think we have oh, 5 last minutes, says Linda. This one's fast. What? I didn't even get to the narrative part. Oh my god. Okay, we have one question from 2 questions here. Steve, are you a Ghibli fan? Because the
Yes,
Totoro peek in Sal's room. Yeah,
yes, I love Ghibli. Yeah,
all of them,
most of them.
most
I
of
like
them.
all. Yeah, I like all of them. There's some I like more than others.
Yeah, I mean they're
Yeah,
so magical.
they're so good.
Oh, so many different details and
Yes, I think
wonderful. Yeah.
the Nausicaa is probably my favorite one.
Which one?
Nausicaa.
Ah, yes, cool. That's so. It has more of political background as well. I love that about that one. Super cool. Like, yeah, totally get it. Then we have another one. Hi, Steve. I'm Asai. Hello, Asai. What do you think about the ships?
The
What?
shapes.
Yes, the ships. Ships.
What shapes? Just shapes in general.
It says, what do you think about the ships?
I really like triangles, and circles are pretty cool, and hexagons too.
Is this something strange that I'm missing?
I don't, I don't know.
All right. Thank you, Jaramillo, for that question. So we have a little time left, and yeah, just wanted to kind of. I have one question for you. So it's mostly that I'm so impressed about you doing all the work for Sally Face. Is like, how the hell did you cope with that? How did you do it still?
I think, well, it started off as just like my way of coping with like a really hard time I was going through. Because I was kind of in a deep depression when I started. So just being able to like pour myself into doing artwork and music and writing characters and all of that, just it gave me something else to focus on and something to like pour myself into. And that was my coping. So
Yeah,
it really helped me kind of pull out of that hole.
I understand. Did you have like now if we go more to the technical part, did you have like scheduling or did you go, just wild or how was it?
I kind of had I had milestones that I wanted to hit during certain times. So I didn't really like schedule out like sprints for myself or anything.
Mm.
But I did have like, by this month I want to have this done. I want to release the game in this time frame.
Mm.
And I tried to do my best to hit those. Usually ended up a little bit past the dates.
Well, it's like, sorry, it's very good, like you said, to have these milestones and have a just go forward. Sometimes it's just like that is what's get the things done, right? So cool. So the red eye demon, where did it come from? Do you, was your nightmares?
I think it was my nightmares, yeah. It was kind of both my nightmares and just my fascination with the paranormal, like we talked about before. I'm just really interested in like just kind of beings from another world,
Yeah.
kind of them like peeking into our world.
Yes. Peeking into the world. Yeah. That's so creepy. And yes, the last question, and I really wanted to get into this narrative part a little bit more, but yeah, we don't have that much time. But why did you choose, like, I mean, making games? It's so open, right? We can go many ways. Why did you get into something so narrative filled? Was it a reason for that?
I've always had a love for storytelling.
Mm.
Um, and just building in a game itself kind of combines like the things I like. So it has storytelling. I was able to create music, do artwork. So it kind of like the three things that I really love, just combining them into one artwork that is really engaging to like work on. And satisfying. It's like so satisfying just to see the thing come together, like all the ideas. And once you see it moving around as its own thing, I think is the most satisfying thing.
Yeah, totally get that. It's kind of the same why we have started with narrative. It's just this thing about telling something, and like you said in the beginning, when we had this other question, that it was a lot about writing something you understand and open up and all that. Is there more like stories you wish to tell? Do you have like a story other than Sally Face 2 that you would like to share?
Too many stories.
The what?
Too many stories.
Too many stories.
Yeah. I have so many just documents and little notes of just different ideas. Some of them are maybe a couple sentences. Some of them are like 10 pages.
Mm.
So, but I tend to, I think when I approach a new project, I'll maybe review some of those, or if I have a new idea, I kind of just go towards whatever in the moment is really like resonating with me. Like, what story do I want to tell at that time?
Yeah, I totally get that, Steve. It's like is going back again to the things that you understand, and
Yeah.
what you said about just going through. It's like sometimes you use the stories also just to go through your own kind of own story. I don't know if you get that. Like you're going through this one thing, and oh, I'm gonna write about that somehow to complement or just help somehow understand deeply.
Yeah, you kind of like working through your own head,
Yeah,
working
yeah,
through your own emotions.
exactly. And characters are just so amazing to also portray the narrative, right? And the world and everything. Why did you if we can go a little bit over the time, just last one question. Are you okay with
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah. Why I mean, you said something about your characters having a little part of you, but are there like people in your life that kind of have the same kind of vibe with you? Like Sal has his friends, and do you have like this kind of relationship in your life as well, or it's mostly imaginary?
I've had, I kind of, since I moved around a lot, I've had different best friends and then lost those best friends just from moving around or them moving. And then um, I have a friend group now that I joined after I started making Solid Face. That is like kind of a close knit friend group, and so that's kind of like that. But
Mm.
I think when I started writing those characters, it was mostly just I did take from relationships I've had, like good friendships and stuff. I took inspiration in little bits of people. And I think that's like another good way to build like realistic characters,
Yeah.
and then just kind of filled them in with my own ideas and how I
Yeah.
wanted them to interact.
Yeah, I totally get that. So cool. I just feel like really happy that we did this, Steve. It went so fast.
It did go
Oh.
fast.
Yeah. I hope you guys are also really happy with Steve here. Yay! An applause to Steve. Woo! Woo, 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 woo. Yeah. It was a very good, nice, a very good first stream for you. I think you did great. So thank you
you.
for being around. And thank you for answering the questions of our friends. And thank you for being around. So now we're saying bye-bye and we're going to work, right? Or
It's
not?
back to work.
Are you going to work now?
I'm going back to work, yes.
Yes.
I hope you're not asleep.
No, I'm
you.
just gonna go.
Yeah, that's
I
too
already
late.
worked today, so
Yes, you
I'm
have to
done
watch
for today.
Mandy.
Yes, Mandy. I'm
Yes.
gonna write it down, Mandy. So yes, it's done. It's written. It's gonna happen. I will let you know tomorrow, maybe, or something, sometime. We keep in touch, Steve. Thank you so much
Yes.
for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and thank you, friends. See you on the next episode of the live stream with a special guest, as we had today, Steve Gabry, maker of Sally Face. Oh my God, we did it! Starstruck. Bye bye. It's going. Okay, Isaac, close this.